Hey guys, this is Vi Friebertshauser, and I'm back this week to talk about the best amenities for midterm rentals. As background, I'm a founder of Homads, which is a booking site for midterm rentals. One of the key differences between short-term rentals and midterm rentals and the type of property that does better is that for midterm rentals, single-family homes actually do quite well. The top people who are going to be using midterm rentals are going to either be individuals such as traveling nurses, traveling scholars, and university students, or going to be families, which are typically going to be relocation situations or ALE services, which is considered additional living expenses. And that is whenever a family goes through a disaster and loses their home and insurance places them into a new place. So short-term rentals have done really well within the latter space in that families typically need a lot more for midterm rentals than short-term rentals. One of the bigger amenities that people look for are pet-friendly properties. What pet-friendly amenity really means is that not only do you allow them to bring their pet, but that you also are able to, for instance, have an enclosed backyard. That's a huge value for those who are traveling with a dog. A third aspect is being able to have access to either parking or local transportation, depending on the location of your property. For instance, if you're in a very urban area, then probably public transportation, ride shares, that sort of stuff is pretty easy. But if you're in an area that requires a car, which a lot of single-family homes are in more neighborhood areas, then having access to either free parking, the parking garage, or something that makes their life a lot easier is a lot more important with midterm rentals, since short-term rentals is only a couple of days, that hassle is not that big. But if they're staying for a month or longer, they're going to want that to be an easy experience. And as we talked about the people who use midterm rentals, having access to where they're going to work is also important. So for instance, if they are a traveling nurse, if you're buying a property or thinking about buying a property, having it close to universities, hospitals, the airport even is important depending on who you're looking to target. Also though, be thoughtful in that if you are by an airport, sometimes that can be a no-go for, let's say, families that are wanting to stay there and realize the noise is something they're going to have to deal with on a daily basis. So there's pros and cons of where you are in location, but if it doesn't hinder it in terms of noise, then it may not be a bad idea. Having a property that is close to a university, a hospital, maybe even the airport, depending on how noise is there, is really helpful. Or having access to the highway so that they can get to where they need to go on a daily basis. This is much more important for midterm rentals as your guests are doing a daily commute typically, rather than with short-term rentals, it may just be a traveling weekend that they're there for. So think about those things whenever you're choosing your midterm rental property. So to recap, the top 4 things that you could look for that would make your midterm rental stand out is 1, having a single family home that is within the neighborhood. 2 is having a backyard so that if it's a pet friendly option that they can go in and have the convenience of having their pup go in and out. 3 is access to transportation or being able to have parking that is relatively easy. Lastly is being close to the amenities that they would need to be close to for their work. I gave you a couple ideas of the top amenities that I've seen for midterm rentals. I'm sure I'm missing a couple, so if you have any that you feel are important, feel free to put it in the comments. Subscribe if you want more content like this, and I will see you next time. Thank you.